Back in 2013, I was left with two options. I can actually continue with looking for a job, a full-time employment, or I could start a business. I chose the second option, not safe, turbulent, and unstable, constantly in state of exploration and growth. In this video, I'm going to tell you a short story, and I'm going to tell you about the risky decision that I took and whether I regret it or not. Hi, my name is Shrikant and I write, direct and edit videos. Creative careers are unstable, as you already know. So back in 1999 when I first saw The Matrix, I was in school and I was just a kid. I had this rush of inspiration and I thought, okay, this is something that I want to do. And I had no idea the world outside is so messy and that there is no set path on how to go about it and pursue my dream. The only thing that I know about is that I should get into a film school, and what happens after that is a blur. It's unknown. This decision making is a crucial step because the decisions which affect your livelihood, your survival, your quality of life, and your general sense of happiness, these are big decisions. Unfortunately, there is no perfect decision, and depending on how the consequences are, you will end up living an adventurous life or a life that is a trap. But one thing that you cannot escape is that every decision that you take, there is a price to pay, and in most cases it will be you and you alone who will be paying the price. So in 2013, when I decided to start the business, Transcend Films Private Limited, I was pretty tired with the way things were because the people that I was assisting, those were not great role models to look up to and to learn something from. And at the same time, the toxic environment that is usually there on film sets, it's not something that I truly enjoyed because I felt it is too exploitative, it is disrespectful, and the working hours are too long. So even when I decided to start the business, it was an informed decision. I thought I'll get complete creative control. I'll be able to say no to the things which I don't necessarily agree with. I can decide the clients or the kind of clients that I want to work with, the professionals that I want to collaborate with. So all of it made sense to me back then. Now you see, this was back in 2013. I was barely 26. I had some exposure, but I did not have enough life experience to make this decision. The other side, which is also a safe side, would be a job at an ad agency or a video production company. Now, also around 2012, I got influenced by this concept called minimalism. Minimalism not in the sense of design or architecture, that's not what I mean. Minimalism as a lifestyle which counters consumerism. And it had a big influence on my life because I was already passionate about global warming. So it made logical sense that minimalism as a lifestyle had so much influence or impact on my life, and it still does. And if you don't know already, ads are the tools that are used to endorse and to encourage consumerism through manufactured desires. So there was no way that I would have gotten into ad filmmaking, and also the culture that was there in traditional filmmaking did not suit my values or my personality. Fast forward 2026, I now mainly work as video editor, and writing and direction are a distant memory. It is something that I do sometimes, probably for my YouTube videos, but it's not something that I do on a regular basis. Now in the hindsight, in the times of stagnancy or difficulty, I do think that a safer option would have made my life better, but knowing the price that it would have expected me to pay, the price of not having work-life balance, decaying health, even the mental health, and not having that kind of great social life or family life, that is a big price to pay. And you know, that's the funny part, because it is only in the times of difficulty or in the times of stagnancy that your mind tricks you that you should have chosen or gone for a safer option. But if you think about it, and it takes a lot of mental strength and intentional or mindful thinking, that the path that you are on, as long as it is aligning with your values, your long-term goals, the kind of person that you are, it makes sense. It makes sense to take this risk. It makes sense to not to choose a safer option. And to come to think about it, there is risk either way. Whether you choose a safe option or a difficult one, you have to pay the consequences. You have to pay the price, and there is no escaping it. So even though things are not as expected and there is slow growth, but I feel like not choosing a safer option has given me a more fulfilling life, even though it's not perfect, but at the same time, at least I'm living on my own terms. That's all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please take care.